Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to be reviewing New Earth with the 10th Doctor at the start of Series 2. This is really Tennant's first full episode as the Doctor since the 10th Doctor's conked out for most of Christmas Invasion. This is the first one where we really see him for a full episode. Now, before I start talking about the story, first I want to talk about the look of this episode. Something about the Russell T Davies era, especially Series 1 and 2, has this weird camera look for me. Everything looks really bright. Like there's too much light. There's a certain... I'm guessing it's something with the cameras they used back then, but everything looks super bright. And then super hazy at times, like blurry. It has a soft look to it. You really notice those on location filming, like at the beginning of this episode when Rose is saying goodbye to Mickey and Jackie. You know, it looks very soft, very kind of hazy. It's just a certain look that I think British shows at this time had. And it always bugs me because it looks weird. I think I notice it less in Series 3 and 4. I don't think it happens as much. And it's gone by the time Smith takes over. But I notice it a lot in Series 1 and 2. Everything is just... It's raining outside. It's super overlit, and it has this soft focus that it bugs me. I don't know why, but it bugs me. That, and watching this on Blu-ray, I noticed that it's definitely an upscale. Sometimes it looks a bit pixelated, like there's not as much detail as you're used to. And it bugs me more here than it does with Classic Who. Like, watching Classic Who on the Blu-ray sets, it looks better than watching like Series 1 or 2. I don't know why. I don't know what kind of cameras they used filming back then. I'm guessing digital. It's obviously not 35mm film ready to be true HD, and I don't think it was standard videotape, so I'm guessing they used digital cameras, standard definition digital cameras, when they shot Doctor Who back then. It's just odd to me that I can watch a story from the 70s and the camera itself looks better than a story shot in the mid to late 2000s. That's just weird. That's mind-boggling to me. But yeah, that really bugs me always with like Series 1 or 2. Moving on to the story itself, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, because I was really not looking forward to this. This is actually a patron request. One of my top tier patrons, because my top tier patrons do get 3 video requests a month. One of his requests was to watch and review New Earth. And I wasn't looking forward to it. Like, I didn't mind doing it. But I've never been a big fan of New Earth. But I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. It's still not a great episode by any stretch of the imagination. But there was at no point when I was watching it when I was just, like, not enjoying myself. I think this is one of those stories that's a good rewatch every blue moon. We're talking like every 7 or 8 years or so. And having not watched it in so long, and I was being that far removed from it, I actually found myself enjoying it. I really enjoy some of the comedy in it, like the plays on words. I forgot about that. Like when Cassandra realizes Rose is there, it's like, oh, I've been looking forward to my rematch with that little, and then it cuts to Rose walking in the hospital going, it's a bit rich, isn't it? So when you think about it, it goes from, I've been looking forward to seeing that little, bitch rich, it's a bit rich, isn't it? Because it's a little play on words there. Basically, this is how they got away with saying the word bitch. Basically, bit rich. That's clever. I like that. And then the bit when Rose is talking to Cassandra, when Cassandra's still in her little trampoline-like looking thing, when she's just a skin graft. She's like, yes, this is so-and-so. He takes care of my physical needs. And she's like, I hope that means food. That's clever. I like that. This piece of skin was for my back. So you're literally talking out of your... And then she goes, ask not. You're really talking out of your ask not. I like those little clever bits. How Russell just kind of sneaks them in there. I'd forgotten about those, and I find those very amusing. I like those little plays on words there. That's funny to me. That's clever. I like that. And I really love when Cassandra is possessing either Rose or the Doctor. Billy and David do such a good job at playing Cassandra and getting it right. I adore that. Billy Piper well, not Billie Piper's never been my type. I don't really rave about her. I mean, just looks-wise, she's not my type. Not to say she's unattractive. She's not my type. I think most of y'all caught on. I'm not into blondes really anyway. They're not really my thing. But even though she's not my type, she very much has this sexuality to her. I don't know what it is about her, but she very much does have this very sexuality to her, to her presence. It's there. It's definitely there. And when she's Cassandra, it really accentuates that point. The way she talks, the way she moves, the way she turns her head. There's a very sexualized nature to it, which I noticed in this episode. And I think it's really neat. And watching her play that character against Tennant, who seems very confused. I love the scene when she just kisses him. And then she pulls away, and Tennant's just like, still got it. That's funny. And then when Tennant's playing Cassandra, that's really funny. I like how he takes that voice. It's like, two hearts, I'm beating a samba. And then she picks at Rose about, you like it. You've been looking, I've noticed you like it. That's great. I love that. That's actually really, really neat. I think the makeup for the cat nurses is done really well. It's nice to see the face of Bo back. I really like the face of Bo as a character a lot. I like the incidental music in this one a bit. I like, of course, the Face of Bo theme. And then the little bit of music that's playing when he's zip-lining, basically, down the elevator shaft's a nice little piece of music to get it pumping. I like the little nurse to the guy who's turning to stone. Not nurse, the agent, the one with the glasses, the really annoying one. The actress does a good job at playing that as a very irksome, selfish character. She does a good job there. Now, the ending is very Deus Ex Machina, which always irks me at this point in my life, to one degree or another. Him just mixing all the cures together and spraying himself, and it passes on. It seems a little contrived, seems a little too easy, but it's fine. It's definitely not the most egregious example of Deus Ex Machina and Doctor. At least this time, he's not just blowing up, a bunch of Daleks or a bunch of Cybermen or a bunch of Soltarans or all three at once. This man of peace, or in that case, woman of peace, that the Doctor is. No. At least this time, it's Deus Ex Machina to cure a lot of people and save a lot of people. The Doctor actually being the Doctor, and being a doctor, and helping people, and saving people. So it's a Deus Ex Machina where lives are being saved, and I like that, at least. So I give it a bit of a pass on that. I enjoy the ending when Cassandra basically gets to tell her past self, you're beautiful, you're really beautiful. That's pretty nice and touching. And it's very subtle, but when present day Cassandra in the other guy's body basically is dying and falls into past Cassandra's arms, and she's like, help, somebody call a medical person. Everybody just kind of ignores her. You don't see their faces, you just see everybody either just standing there holding their drinks or walking away. Like, we don't care, we don't know this little thing. We're rich and proper and prim. We're going over here. We don't care. It's very subtle. I don't think I ever really noticed that. But they kind of just leave her alone holding him and nobody else gets involved. That's actually very subtly done, and I like the little point it gets across there. I actually think that's Doctor Who being political in a subtle way, the way Doctor Who should, and I actually enjoy that. It's interesting, the one guy turning to stone, the regressive petrification or whatever it's called. That's got to be a horrible way to die, slowly turning to stone. It actually reminds me, there's an old movie about a Gorgon. It's not Medusa, it's one of Medusa's sisters, like Medea or something like that. Because there's actually 3 Gorgon sisters, I forget the others' names. I think Medea maybe. And it has Christopher Lee in it too, if I remember right. And one of the guys sees her, and he slowly turns to stone. He doesn't turn immediately. He has just enough time to go home and write out a letter at what's happening saying, I'm turning to stone. You see his hands turn, and then he does turn to stone. But it was a slow process, because I think he only got a glimpse of her. I haven't seen it in a long time. It was a good movie. I liked it. But it kind of reminded me of that, just slowly turning. What a way to go. That's terrifying. Slowly turning stiffer. And, whew. It's a fascinating concept, though. I enjoy that as a disease concept. Yeah, the episode, like I said, I didn't hate it. It was okay. It was okay. I enjoyed the rewatch of it, having not seen it in a while. Also, Tennant's performance is really good here. He really does a really good job being the Doctor. Once again, he is the Doctor the way the Doctor is supposed to be. If you watch the episode, he's never out of control of the situation. He's always taking control. Like when he confronts the nurses. You've done this, and most importantly, what have you done to Rose? No, these people are dying and hurt. Rose would care. What have you done? He's like, because I'm being very calm right now. Very calm. The brain is a delicate thing. And there is a threat in his tone that's like, if you do not give me some straight answers, I am the Doctor and I can rain hell on you. You know, look me up, as he would say later in the library two-parter. There's a danger to Tennant that is just behind the eyes. He doesn't have to threaten. If you look at his face and the tone of his voice, there is an implied threat that, you know, I can screw up your day if you screw with me. That I like. I enjoyed that to his Doctor. There's still an edge to his Doctor. There's still that post-Time War trauma still kind of there, especially this early in Tennant's run. It's still right there behind the eyes, and Tennant sells that in this story. So I really, really enjoy his performance there. So yeah, I think the camera issues bothered me more than anything. That is just something about in Doctor Who, especially the first two series, that it just bugs me. It just inherently bugs me, that the way the camera style looks, and I really wish it could be in high definition, but it is what it is. So that's my thoughts on that. I would like to know what you think of this episode. Have you rewatched it in a while? If you haven't rewatched it in a solid decade or so, take another look at it. It's good to give it a look every 10 years. It was fine. It was fine. I enjoyed the watch through a lot more than I thought I was going to. So I want to give a shout out to the 5th Doctor. I appreciate his patron request. He's also got me watching Tooth and Claw again, which is fine by me. I like Tooth and Claw. So that will be coming soon. And then he has another video as well dealing with Classico. I can't remember what it is. I'll have to look. That I'll be doing later this month as well. If you would like to join my Patreon, the link to that is down in the description below. I have several different tiers, and different tiers give different rewards, including things like video requests, like this video is. I also have a P.O. box. If there's anything you would like to send me, that's down in the description below. And a link to my Amazon wish list is down there as well. I update that regularly with Doctor Who and non-Doctor Who stuff that I'm interested in. But if nothing else, if you have a moment and you have enjoyed this video, I would ask that you click the like button and click the subscribe button. That helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. I always enjoy seeing the channel grow. So I would really appreciate that, just if you've enjoyed the video. I want to give a special shout out to two of my top tier patrons, the 5th Doctor for recommending this video, and Stephen Crane. I appreciate their continued support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. I also want to give a shout out to Unknown289, who just joined my Patreon recently. He's actually sent me several things in the mail from my P.O. box, including a Big Finish audio adventure that I just got recently called Dark Universe. I'm looking forward to getting into that. But I definitely appreciate him joining as well. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.